Okay, well, welcome to episode 27 of the Dude Wrong Door podcast.
The Big 2-7.
The Big 2-7. Good morning, Jan.
Good morning, Dallas. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling a little tired. We're doing this in the actual morning.
Yeah, for once, we're actually sticking to our plan that we set 2 months ago. So first things first, before we jump, because there's a lot of video game news we got to get to. So before we do that, I figure we'll cover... There was a couple fights last night that I want to talk about, and then there's some movie news. There's not a lot of movie news, just more speculation. Vasily Lomachenko fought Guillermo Rigondeaux. I'm so obsessed with
Del Toro.
Yeah. He massacred him.
It was horrible to watch.
Yeah, Guillermo Del Toro whooped Lomachenko. I didn't know he could box.
He can really throw that weight around.
Yeah, but no, on the opposite side of that, Lomachenko absolutely dismantled Rigondeaux. I wish you had seen it. It wasn't even the first round was they were filling each other out, and after the second round, it was all downhill. Rigondeaux wasn't throwing anything. I don't think he even landed a successful combination. After the third round, he kept pulling, grabbing onto Lomachenko and throwing low blows and stuff. It was completely out of character for Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, for those who don't know, is 17-0. He's 17-1, and Lomachenko is 10-1 now. But Rigondeaux ended up not even coming out of the corner after the sixth round, I think it was.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, he claimed it was a hand injury, but I think he was just tired of getting beat on because he wasn't able to do anything.
To be fair, if Lomachenko was beating on me, I'd probably throw in the towel pretty quick.
Yeah, but we're not. I mean, I get that, but we're not professional boxers. To make a professional boxer quit midway, to not even knock him out, to not even knock him out, but to be that, to take the spirit out of a fighter, especially one that's 17-0 and a two-time Olympic gold champion. That's insane. That's insanity that he stopped, not just stopped Rigondeaux, he made him quit. It's one thing to get knocked out, it's one thing to stop. It's worse to me if you quit. If you quit fighting, if you're just I'm not going to come back out, that's worse than getting knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
I have more respect for fighters who get knocked out than fighters who are just no, I don't want to keep fighting. Unless it is an actual hand injury or you throw your shoulder out or something.
If they show some X-rays and his hand looks like putty, then okay.
Yeah, but he's been in so many fights that I don't see this being the time that cracks his hand.
Yeah,
and then
it could happen.
Another fight was the UFC fight. The main card last night was Cub Swanson versus Brian Ortega. Dude, that is one of the craziest submissions I've ever seen. Cub Swanson was absolutely striking wise, absolutely dominating Ortega. He was hitting him with everything he got. And in the second round, Ortega, he's 5-0 right now. He did a guillotine, had him in a guillotine, and then jumped and wrapped his legs around his waist. And instead of going to the ground, Cub Swanson tried to fight it. Mm-hmm. Which is the smart thing to do. So he was trying to stand up against it, and he moved his hands slightly, and Ortega rearranged his hands, hanging off of him, rearranged the guillotine to make it tauter, and then he tapped and they ended up falling. Dude, it was insane.
I got some stuff to look up after this.
Yeah, maybe put the links in or something. But the prelim fights were also pretty good too, but nothing. I didn't watch all the UFC prelim fights, but I watched all the boxing UFC fights, boxing prelim fights.
There you go.
That's enough for MMA, but I figured we could, or combat sports, but I figured we could throw it in
for all of our boxing fans, namely you and me.
Mainly, yeah. I don't know. Who knows? There may be a guy out there. That was for you, guy.
Yeah. Hey, or if your name's Theodore, hey, Teddy.
Oh. Okay. Hey, Teddy. We'll move on to movie news. We're gonna kind of just blow through this. There's three things that I think are relevant.
Yeah, the video game awards were this week, so we've got a whole bunch to talk about there.
Yeah, and the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, that too. I keep forgetting that's a separate thing.
What is it called? The PlayStation Expo?
PlayStation? That sounds about right.
No, that's E3. PlayStation Experience. Yeah, PlayStation Experience. That's what it is. But first, for movie news, Ryan Reynolds was cast as Detective Pikachu.
Okay, so he's he's doing work these days.
Yeah, that's pretty insane that he's... Deadpool will have to have a joke. Like, Deadpool 3 will have to have a joke where they make fun of him being in Pikachu, or he's wearing, like, a Pikachu shirt.
Oh, I could totally see that.
But apparently it's... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, now Pikachu talks, apparently, which is weird, and at first I didn't like, but the thought of hearing Ryan Reynolds' voice come out of Pikachu's mouth kind of gets me a little excited.
See, I'm okay with him talking in Detective Pikachu because that's not, like, in the main line of the movies or the anime or, like, the games. But to have him talk to Ash is, like...
Is that the same Pikachu? Is that Ash's Pikachu in Detective Pikachu? Because I didn't think it was. Okay, then it makes sense, because we know Pokemon can learn English, because Meowth does.
That's what I'm saying, is, like... That makes sense, but I don't like Pikachu talking in the main line. I don't like him telling Ash that he chose him or whatever, which is, like, a good sentiment, but it's, like...
Having him suddenly able to speak.
Yeah, like, Ash should have just been able to, like, interpret it. I mean, and some people are like, that's what he's doing. He's hearing Pika Pika, but he's just interpreting what he means after all these years. And I'm like, that's still dumb.
Well, all these years he's been responding to Pikachu. Like, he clearly understands Pikachu. So
we already know he understands him, yeah.
He could have just been like, you chose me, and then Pika P.
Yeah, like, that would have been, we should have written that. I'm going all the way to Japanese Hollywood.
Jollywood.
Yeah, we'll go with yours. I had one, but I'm not gonna say it. So that happened in Detective Pikachu. I'm interested in that, I guess, just because it's Ryan Reynolds.
Pretty much. Also, I still enjoy Pokemon to a degree.
I do too.
The child in me gets excited.
I'll watch it. I was just talking about me playing it, so. Then.
What is Wolverine: The Long Night?
Podcast. There's a serial podcast called Wolverine: The Long Night that Marvel is producing, and it's being voiced by Richard Armitage, who did he's Wolverine.
He's Thorin, isn't he?
He's Thorin. Yeah, he's Thorin and someone else that I told you guys, and I can't remember who it was.
Well, while he's looking that up, I'll entertain you with some beatboxing. Boom chicka bow chicka boom chicka bow wow yeah.
Okay. He voiced Trevor Belmont in Castlevania. That's what it was.
Oh right. I still need to watch that.
I'm pretty excited for that, actually, because I'm thinking, because Richard Armitage could make a good Wolverine. He almost looks like Hugh Jackman, kind of.
I like serial podcasts. I don't really listen to many anymore, but there's one I used to listen to that I've been desperately trying to find, and I just can't. It's about zombies. It's like 2-minute 30 or something, because after you die, it takes 2.5 minutes for you to become a zombie. But I remember it having a pretty cool story, and it was like The Walking Dead before The Walking Dead, and it had like...
That's interesting. I've never heard of that.
It was independently produced and had cool sound effects and background noises and a good story. And
I mean, you could probably just look up zombie podcast and find it.
I've tried that. Turns out there are a lot of zombie podcasts.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I'm interested in the podcast itself, and this kind of leads into Disney and Fox deal is super close. Allegedly, we might hear an announcement, or rumored we might hear an announcement this week. I don't really want to get into that because we've already talked about it a ton.
I've read a couple of things from semi-reliable sources saying it's already closed, which...
yeah, they're probably waiting just to announce it.
What a surprise.
But if he's voicing that, if Marvel's letting him voice Logan in the podcast, maybe they plan on casting him. And Ant-Man and Wasp are supposedly opening up the multiverse in the MCU, which could lead to the X-Men. Instead of rebooting the X-Men completely, they may just merge them together.
I'd be down for that.
Using the multiverse.
Having an Avengers versus X-Men thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, the X-Men would win just because. I mean, regardless of what happens in the comic event or what happened in the comic event, the X-Men have like way more mutants to fight for them than the superhero. I don't know.
I doubt they'd put all those mutants in if they had the crossover.
No, it'll be the main squad. It'd be like Logan and
Scott,
Phoenix and Cyclops and Beast and Storm
and Professor X, probably
the ones Yeah. Probably Magneto, too, would be the bad guy.
Yeah, they'd end up joining forces to fight him, and Magneto can, like, move Thor's hammer. actually?
He can't. It's already been.
Oh. Well,
But-
never mind then.
You and I haven't talked about this, but I've had discussions. He can't move it. I mean,
Why-
I'm sure
why
there's
is that?
one like off
Sorry,
comic.
just for like a couple
What?
minutes, I'm kind of curious why he can't.
because he's not worthy. It's a magic hammer. It's not his metal.
So if Thor's hammer is on an elevator, would the elevator be worthy of moving it? I'm kidding. That
Yeah,
one's
because-
just a joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not sentient. So I thought you were gonna say if it's on an elevator and Magneto moves the elevator, could he move the hammer? Yeah, technically, I guess, but it wouldn't do anything. There'd be no point.
Huh.
Actually,
All right.
it
I
may
guess
not even work
magical is a good excuse for that.
That's my opinion. I mean, Stan Lee may be listening to this podcast, and he may be like,
Oh,
"Well,
he
hold on,
he regularly does. He and I
Yes.
email each other every once in a while.
dude, wrong door." The official Stan Lee listening podcast. Hey, Stanny Lee.
Hey, we still good for dinner on Tuesday?
You guys are having dinner without me?
Oh,
No.
no.
Okay, so if they're opening up the multiverse, blah blah blah, we did that. Baby Driver is getting a sequel. I don't really care.
For what?
Baby Driver is getting a sequel.
That feels unnecessary.
Yeah, it's really unnecessary because it's like, why?
It ended. And is Edgar Wright directing it, or are they gonna?
He said there may be multiple sequels and he'll direct at least one of them. So to me, it's like, why? Because it's not like that was like a super detailed universe or like in-depth universe like John Wick is.
It was a regular
Like,
universe. It was like it was in Atlanta.
like,
I could totally see that just happening.
Well, yeah, but I mean, John Wick is in L.A., but
but
there's
it's
like
got
a
the
whole
network of
underworld.
assassins.
Yeah,
Baby
that's what
Driver
I mean.
doesn't have anything really like that.
That's what I'm saying, Jan.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just explicitly saying it.
It's weird to hear someone agree with me and just repeat my points back at me.
Well, I'm saying them more explicitly so that the audience is able to.
I was saying it explicitly. You're just parroting it back to me.
Well, I was saying explicitly, and you were just parroting it back to me.
I love you, Jan.
Yeah, I know.
Let's not fight. Come here. Come give me some sugar.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so that's happening. I loved Baby Driver, but it doesn't need a sequel.
Yeah.
Alita Battle Angel.
I just watched the trailer for it.
Yeah, it's based off a manga. Robert Rodriguez is directing it. Christoph Waltz is in it. It looks good. It looks like okay, hold on. It looks like a good movie, but Alita herself looks terrible. Like, they should not have done a completely CGI character within a real, like, a live action movie.
Yeah, I gotta
Like,
agree with that. It just looks just a
That's
little
not
off.
that's not like an ape or anything. Like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes or the new trilogy. That looks good, but it's because they're apes. They're not supposed to look human. You know, I mean, relatively human. But yeah, making one that, and I get that she's like a robot, so they're like, oh, it's intentional that she lands in the uncanny valley or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but it still
doesn't
looks bad.
They could have
Yeah.
had an actual actress and then like just change her face a little bit to make it off, and that would
Yeah,
probably
like-
look better.
Well, I get the whole thing is like, oh, she's a robot. Like, it's to show that she's not human or whatever. But ScarJo, whether you liked Ghost in the Shell or not, played an android or a robot.
And it
you
looked
know-
good.
Is she technically a cyborg?
She's got a human brain, so I guess. Yeah, she wouldn't be
so
a robot.
She's well. Point being, she's not human. I don't know. Is she human? Because she has a soul still. Does she have a soul still? Wow. Welcome to the Ghost in the Shell philosophical podcast. But the point being is like she's a robot, like, or David in whatever his name was in Alien. No, Alien Covenant and Prometheus. He played a robot. Oh, David and Goliath. I just actually heard what you said. But Michael Fassbender plays a robot, but you know that he's a robot. Like, the audience isn't stupid. They're not going to be like, but she's not a robot. She looks just like a person.
I don't know. Maybe it was an artistic thing he's trying to go for.
It's James Cameron, so probably.
Yeah.
He produced it. I don't know. It may be like integral in the story that she looks like that. I don't know. I haven't actually watched it or read it or seen it. So,
Fair enough.
but yeah, the CGI. Tim wrote in our little Google Docs, Alita Battle Angel looks god awful. Entire internet is roasting the
Poop.
Yes, out of it. LMAO. Which I think the movie itself looks good. I'm interested in the plot and the rest of the characters and like the aesthetic. But yeah, she herself is going to be really distracting. It's like General Tarkin in Rogue One.
She looks like one of those girls that tries to look like an anime girl. So she makes her eyes really big and changes.
I've never seen a girl in real life that looks like that.
Oh, that's like a makeup thing where they try to make themselves look like anime girls.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying here on this
I'll-
to me?
Hey, Tim, throw up some pictures. There's proof. Boom.
There you go, Tim. We're not going to send those to you. Just look them up.
Google it. Anime
Look up
girl
real
makeup.
life anime girl and do it on your family computer. Don't
Turn
do it on your
safe
personal
search
computer. A Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer dropped. It starts out really cliche and like really lame kind of because it's like, oh, who are you dating? Like blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, okay, they're not together. We get it.
This starts
like the
off pretty
idea-
much as the plot of Jurassic World or Jurassic Park 2. Which one was the original sequel called?
Jurassic Lost World.
Lost World. Yeah, it starts off kind of like that.
I like the idea of them going back and trying to rescue the dinosaurs from extinction again. Like, and Jeff Goldblum's back, and he says life finds a way.
Yeah,
so,
that was what got me. I even put a little bullet point.
Oh, yeah, I see it. But it's coming out June 22nd. It looks fine. I'll probably go see it.
Yeah, just because I've got a movie pass.
Movie Pass, official sponsors of Dude Wrong
I
Door,
wish.
if they want to be. If they want to. If you're listening,
Hit us up.
Teddy at Movie Pass. No, I mean, I didn't love the first one. I thought it was fine. Like I had fun with it, but I wouldn't say it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was. I had fun.
It was a fun watch.
It's worth. It was nice to shut my brain off for 2 hours and just be like, oh, cool, dinosaurs.
I like dinosaurs.
I like dinosaurs.
We have a lot in common. You want to be friends?
I want to be lovers.
Dude, not on the podcast.
Oh, sorry. I still want to be lovers.
Oh,
That was weird. They can't hear it. Okay, do you want to jump into... Well, we can do comics real quick because it's pretty short too.
Do you want to talk about that Predator thing, or do you not really have anything for it?
Yeah, it's just the Predator sequel is going to focus on the Predator's technology and like the reason they come to Earth.
But we already know all that. They're hunters.
Yeah, like they're a hunter society. Like they come to hunt. Like that's all. I don't need any more like, oh, there's some artifact here, or oh, they came here and there was a giant war and then like civilization was destroyed. Which
Well,
I
there
feel
was.
like is,
Alien versus Predator explains all that.
yeah, but that's taken away. That's not canon anymore.
No.
I mean it's headcanon for me, but it's not official canon.
I kind of like it. I'm going to be honest.
I
I
liked
really
it.
enjoyed Alien
I
versus
really
Predator.
liked the first one. The second one was bad, but I
Yeah.
really liked the first one.
The first one was just so much fun.
I thought it was a good, like, it's much better than any of the Alien movies after Aliens,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Hey, that last part just saved you a little bit of arguing.
Jan, Alien is in my top 3 movies of all time.
Yeah, well, Alien versus Predator could be number 2.
It is. It's Alien versus Predator, and Boss Baby.
Ooh.
Topical, kind of. It's on Netflix. So I hadn't seen it, but I just know I'm going to love it.
Let's drop this joke.
Yeah, I'll drop you like your mother did. That was kind of dark. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy comic series is ending.
Now, when you say ending, do you mean like
And,
they're
like,
going to kill off the characters, or
No, it's not selling.
Oh, how?
So
That's kind of surprising considering how popular the movies are.
well, the books are awful, and no one.
Oh.
The thing is that's what Marvel thinks. Marvel's like, oh, these people go and watch our movies, they're
buy
gonna
our
go and buy
comic
the
books.
comics, but that's not how it works. Like
Yeah.
because the comics are so much different than the movies themselves. Like,
And are a lot more
this couldn't-
mainstream.
is this the right Max Bemis? Oh, it is the right Max Bemis. Okay, so Max Bemis is writing. Yeah, I mean, some people do read the go, they see the movies and then they go buy the comics. And that's good. But the thing is they're not consistent customers for the most part. I'd argue that, like, out of all the people that have seen the Marvel movies that weren't already comic book fans, that hadn't already purchased a comic, it'd be under, like, easily under 5% of those people have bought a comic since then. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. They could have had a huge push, but I know they're making like 93% less money than they did last year or something. Ooh. Marvel is. DC's doing great. DC's doing fine, and probably because the movies are having the opposite effect. They're like, let's go buy these comics so we can remember how great everything is. And a lot of Marvel fanboys are switching over to DC Comics to basically spite Marvel for being so terrible right now. I'm trying to look up the controversy of Max Bemis. Max Bemis is writing Moon Knight. Moon Knight just had an incredible run with Jeff Lemire and I can't remember the artist's name. But you should read that. It was incredible. And apparently, so they continued it in Marvel Legacy's reboot of Moon Knight, which is apparently, I have the first issue. I haven't read it yet. I may do a review on it. But supposedly the book is like pretty good so far. Mm-hmm. But Tim put this point in that it says Max Bemis has an unprovoked Twitter meltdown despite everyone liking his book. So I'm trying to find that. I'm sure knowing Marvel,
I haven't heard anything about it, but I could totally see it happening. Celebrities.
Oh, Max Bemis is the lead singer of Say Anything.
Oh.
Which is not. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that band, but
I don't think I've ever listened to them.
I literally can't find anything about it.
No, we'll say that might have happened.
Yeah, Tim's a liar.
He can put a link in the description if there's proof of any sort.
Yeah, Tim, you liar.
Hey, Dallas.
Oh, wait. I may have found it. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, what's up?
We've had 2 appetizers so far. You ready to get to the main course?
Oh, wait, I found it.
Oh.
Sorry.
So it is a
Max
thing.
Bemis of Moon Knight represents Marvel by telling fans, I effing hate you.
Tim, I'd like to apologize for the hateful words we said to you.
I'm going to take the Max Bemis approach to this apology.
I hate them too.
Yeah, I'm not going to... I can't... It's literally, that's all it says.
Huh.
Like, that's all the article says. That's the only thing.
I mean, that is unprovoked.
Whatever. That is unprovoked, I guess, but someone probably criticized like one little thing in it and he freaked out. Which is understandable because that's what I do when people criticize stuff about me.
Oh, so. It's true. We have to be very careful.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
I mean, it's true that we can't find anything to criticize.
I just had a flashback. I think Tim and I have done that before on this podcast.
Criticize each other?
No, where Tim was like, I'm not too sensitive, and then he said he's something too sensitive about something, and he like freaked out about it, and I was like, you see? And he's like, oh, dang it. Okay, so oh wait, what, are we doing the main course? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we're on to gaming now. I don't see anything else to talk about.
Okay, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on EA as far as them doing bad things, or Activision doing bad things. Destiny 2 did... it locks its playlist behind DLC. So
basically, the game came with modes and levels and stuff you could play.
That's gonna be loud. Sorry,
and then once their DLC came out, they locked those ones that you previously could play behind the DLC. So if you didn't buy the DLC, suddenly you were losing content.
And it's in-game content, so the game's been out long enough for people to have been... and I mean, they're locking it so people buy the DLC, but that's a really scummy thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the business. That's the thing is with EA and Activision, I understand the business side of it to make money, but at some point you have to treat your customer like a person. Like, you have to be like, you're shelling out $60, maybe more if you're buying special editions for these games. I would have no problem whatsoever paying $80 for a video game if they included everything that was going to be in that video game, and not just a season pass.
That depends on the game, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, obviously, but...
If Witcher 3 were $80... then I'd be like, all right, that's a good investment.
Yeah, I ended up paying like $30 for it, so I was like, yeah, and for the complete edition too. But
same here, and he's been playing it, and that is a big game.
But like, it's huge. I would Breath of the Wild is also huge. We'll talk about that in a minute. I would pay at least maybe $75. But if basically EA came out and was like, look, or all of them came out. It was like, look, we're not going to do loot boxes anymore. Microtransactions are a thing of the past. Like, blah blah blah. But the games are going to cost $75 to $80. I would be like, fine, yeah, sure.
I'll just buy it used anyways.
Yeah, like make a good game, and I'll buy it. I buy it used anyway, so they're not getting any money like that. But that would tempt me to buy it new. Like if the game comes with everything in it and it's not a bad game, like I don't mind spending a little more money for it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I like supporting people that I actually do like. So
yeah,
like I'll spend money on stuff that I don't need to.
If Titanfall 3 comes out and it's good, then I could see myself putting down like $70 or $80 just to help support them.
Well, Respawn, yeah.
Well, if that were the case before all this stuff happened.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty crammed with microtransactions and damn, I said I didn't want to talk about this.
Okay, let's move on. Hey, Dallas, do you like Mega Man?
I don't.
Oh. Moving on.
But please go ahead.
Mega Man X games are coming to Switch, PC, Xbone, and PS4. Mega Man Legacy 1 and 2 are coming to Switch, and Mega Man 11 announced. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited too. I don't particularly care for the early games because they are so difficult, and it's just.
Oh, maybe you should try getting good.
Oh my god, I have much less patience for I have much less patience for difficult, like those old style like difficult games. Which Tim and I talked about this when we played Disney Afternoon Collection, and I was saying that Mega Man had artificial or like forced difficulty, like, and he said it didn't, but it does.
Well, you can watch that. Is that out? I don't remember.
Not yet. It will be out.
Well, when it comes out.
But no, I'm excited because one, it means the Switch is getting games. I really did. I liked Mega Man X7. I don't know. I played one of them when I was a kid and I really liked it. So I'm excited to play the Mega Man X games. I hope they all. There's 8 of them, so surely they're coming in a bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Although they may split it up like they did the Legacy 1 and 2. It may be Mega Man X1 and X2. Which, depending on the price, they're like $20. That's fair. I'm fine with that. But Mega Man 11, I think, looks great. But a lot of people on the internet have been kind of like criticizing its art style. But I think it looks cool. Like, I like it a lot.
It looks like they upgraded it. I think people just like 8-bit Mega Man, maybe.
Well, I don't think that's not the issue, Jan.
Oh, then I don't know.
Yeah, Mega Man hasn't been 8-bit for a long time.
Looks better than Mighty Number 9. Know what I'm saying?
I think it looks similar to Mighty Number 9, and that's why people are complaining about it. But in my opinion, it's what Mighty Number 9 was going for. Mm-hmm. But this actually nails it. Like it's kind of got that cell shaded. I don't know. I think it looks good. I like it. I like the art style, and I'm the only one that matters. So,
to you, Monster Hunter World beta begins December 9th. If you have a PS4, I do not.
I don't. Oh, Dalton does.
Oh,
I may. My brother has one. I may be like, hey, I need to borrow that. I know you literally just got it, but
too bad.
Too bad. It's mine now. I did get to play on a little offshoot of that. I did get to play Crash Remastered last night. That was pretty fun. Still still pretty difficult, but it was a lot of fun. It was cool seeing it like all new graphics and stuff. Wait, isn't there another remaster coming out for PlayStation?
Probably.
Oh, Medieval Remastered.
Oh yeah.
I don't mean to gloss over Monster Hunter World. It's just I don't know anything about the game, so I have nothing. I don't know anything about Monster Hunter in general. I played like 5 or 6 hours of Ultimate 4.
I know nothing about it. I only put 5 or 6 hours into it. I'm gonna try to get into World.
No, putting 5 or 6 hours into Monster Hunter World is like reading the first 2 pages of like the War and Peace. Like it's like nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get into it. It looks good, and it looks like they tried to simplify it for us idiots who
and we
don't
can play
understand.
Online together.
Yeah, I wish it was coming to the Switch, but I wish everything was coming to the Switch. So it doesn't.
I wish that just because I'd like to be able to play that on the go, since it's such a big game.
Yeah, same. That's how I've been treating Breath of the Wild. Like it's just been.
If it were, I'd probably buy a Switch, but that's not the case.
It is not.
Steam is dropping Bitcoin because of the volatility of it. which
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what they're talking about. It's only fluctuated like $3,000
Yeah, like-
in the past 4 days.
It's more than that, dude. It's been like
We
it's
had
at 15.2 right now. I think the highest it hit was 17.6.
it got up to 1,800
Oh, 18,000?
or 18,000. I meant,
I was about to say, and then it started.
and then it got down to like.
It started the week at like 11. Wasn't that this week?
Was it? It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I ended up buying some and it was a little lower, but I'm not going to buy any more until it drops pretty significantly.
All right,
I bought some Litecoin too. Litecoin has raised. Litecoin went from 99 to 168.
Oh
within,
yeah,
like the
it's
span of
booming.
a day. It's sitting right now at 143.50. But yeah, I get why Steam dropped it because it is kind of how long it takes them to like process the payments.
And because of the volatility, like you could buy a game for $20 or $200 depending on which day you buy it on.
Yeah. So like if you did spend that 60 for whatever the game is, by the time it like happens, Steam may lose money on it because they're only getting like $15 worth because of how high and how quick it can drop. I'm surprised they don't go to like a one that's less volatile, but I guess they're all pretty volatile.
Unless they make their own, which I guess that's not that wouldn't make much sense for cryptocurrency to be used only for one thing.
Yeah, not really.
Except drugs.
I can see where you're clicking.
Yeah.
Can you see where I'm clicking?
I can.
Oh, cool. I'm clicking all over the place.
Speaking of Switch, Dark Souls Remastered is rumored to be coming on Switch.
Well, it hasn't actually. There is no the remaster itself is rumored, but it's also rumored to be on the Switch. So they're saying like
it's
probably going to come out on the Xbox One and the PS4 and the PC, but it's probably coming to the Switch too, which would be incredible because I really like the first one, and to have it on the go would be like. I didn't get to play a ton of it because I wasn't very good at it, obviously, but that was the thing. It was like I didn't have a ton of time to get good at it. You know, like at that time I was working a lot and going to school, so I only had like an hour or so in a day, and like by the time I only got to play every couple days, so I would forget basically everything I had learned.
Oh, I understand.
Do you, Jan?
Yes.
Do you understand? How's Deus Ex going?
I almost started it yesterday,
Ooh.
but Annie was playing Witcher 3, so I ended up just editing videos and watching some JoJo.
Whose Xbox is it again?
It's hers. I mean, technically she paid for it.
As a gift?
Yeah, she gave it to me for
that's
Christmas.
Yours. That's yours. It's a gift. She gave it as a gift.
No, I don't mind. She wants to play video games. I play a lot of Raiders of the... Well, I'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. Siege. I call Rainbow Six Siege swag, which I think that's a thing now. It must be. It hit 25 million players.
It must be a thing. I do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. Not only has it hit 25 million players, but today it hit 100,000 concurrent players on Steam. It's the 4th most played game on Steam right now.
It took a while for that to pick up.
And it's 2 years old. It released in 2015.
Good for them.
Which I think it's number 4 behind. It surpassed TF2.
Wow. Oh, that's
for concurrent players.
Oh, but still, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. And overshadowed Rainbow Six. It quickly lost. Division lost a lot of its players to Rainbow Six Siege, which good because same company, but I don't play Division. I play Siege, so it is pretty insane how popular that game is getting, especially 2 years after it came out. Like
I guess I'll have to check it out so you can finally have someone to play with.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example when that's happened.
A game gets popular later?
Yeah, like 2 years later. And an online game like that stays... There's got to be an example.
Yeah.
I mean, TF2 probably gained popularity.
Well, that was popular right out the gate, though.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Hey, Lawbreakers, maybe. Who knows?
Well, TF2 became more popular when it went free-to-play, I think.
Luckily, there's a giant transfer truck pulling up on my porch, apparently, because there's a lot of noise.
Can we zoom in and enhance that sound? Very good.
Thanks. Adult Gohan got shown for Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
I have not yet reached the point in the anime where Adult Gohan shows up, I think. Wait, no, yeah, he
should be there already.
Wait, am I?
Where are you at?
I'm right before the Buu saga.
Oh, then no, he shouldn't.
At the very beginning of it.
He should be there soon.
Well, spoilers. Now I know he doesn't die.
Well, Adult
or he
Gohan,
comes back.
Adult Gohan is Saiyaman.
Dude!
What?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Saiyaman is?
Like I said,
You said you just started the Buu saga.
Like I'm a couple episodes in?
You'll see, it tells you right away that it's Gohan. Like, you know, like, immediately that it's Gohan.
Alright.
That's not a spoiler. Also, that show's been out for like 10 years.
I'm not upset.
I'm not going to talk about the next one. And then we'll save the Death Stranding trailer for last because I have some more stuff on it.
Good, because it turns out I put a bullet point for it too and didn't see yours.
Oh, Norman Reedus in the phone. I see it. Soul Calibur 6 was confirmed. It's possibly a prequel.
Man, I
know
watched
nothing
the
about
trailer.
the story for Soul Calibur.
That looks like a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon looking kung fu.
Have you never played Soul Calibur?
I have, but like the trailer is very pretty, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't actually watch it. I need to look at it.
Oh, well, it's very pretty.
You're very pretty.
Oh, stop it.
Bayonetta 1 and 2 are getting ported to the Switch, hopefully at 60 FPS, and then Bayonetta 3 is coming to the Switch. It's now entirely published by Nintendo, and Sega is no longer involved. This really should have been a Tim podcast, but he's really busy at school and stuff. So.
Oh, I'm willing to bet next week we'll hear him talk about it still.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. Hey, if you want to check out Bayonetta 1's Hour 1, Tim did a video on that.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. Go watch that. Go watch that. Go watch it now. Come on. Get out of here, champ. I mean, finish the podcast.
I believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Okay, so let's see. Sea of Thieves comes out March 20th, 2018. I don't really care.
It looks like it could be a fun game to play with friends.
Yeah, any game is a fun game to play with friends, even bad games. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'll probably wait until it gets closer to being released,
and we know more about it.
Yeah, because it seems fun, but it also seems like one of those games that could be a lot of not a fun.
Yeah,
like you're just doing a lot of stuff that's not fun for a long time.
I got you.
Like Breath of the Wild.
Hey.
Edgy. Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2 were delayed, as well as an unannounced Ubisoft title. I bet they were chock full of microtransactions.
Probably. And they're like, guys, put it back.
They're like, yeah, because Ubisoft is gaining a lot of favor with Rainbow Six Siege. Like, in Assassin's Creed Origins, like, they're kind of on the ball as of now. So, like, they're digging their way out of the hole away from EA and Activision.
And
hopefully,
kind of Bungie now with all the dust. Well, I guess
Bungie and
Destiny 2 stuff falls under that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Far Cry 5 being delayed. Hopefully it's because they're getting rid of the microtransactions. Hopefully they're not adding them in. That would be...
They're like, you know what people really hate? This thing we're about to put in.
Hey, EA, didn't stop EA.
Well, maybe they're just trying to get in the news then.
It could be. That's a good idea. Just any publicity is good publicity.
I know a few celebrities that would disagree.
Nah. Name one.
See.
Name one. Name one, Jan.
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Just don't say Bill Cosby. Oh, I said it. Demonetized.
Curses.
From Software. See, Tim wrote, I guess it's Tim, wrote, they're teasing Bloodborne 2, but I don't think it's Bloodborne 2. I think it's another Tenchu game, which was a ninja game, a ninja franchise from like the PS2, PS1 era. Because in that little trailer thing, the scroll in the back, it's like all Japanese writing. And it's the style of writing from the era that Tenchu is set in.
What if Bloodborne 2 takes place in like Japan?
I mean, it's
Japan.
very possible that's what's happening. That's what I was going to say. It could just be Bloodborne 2 is taking place in Japan, but From Software has worked on Tenchu in the past.
I guess we'll have to wait and see for that one.
Yeah, so it's Bloodborne 2 or Tenchu, or possibly a new game. Who knows? It's a crazy world. Who knows?
That it is.
You going for that one?
Sure. Sony's bragging about how long God of War will take to finish. I think I read it takes like 35 to 40 hours.
Oh my! Why? Oh, that's gonna be so bad. It's not like a game like The Witcher 3 that can be that long because there's so much to do. Like all the trailers that have come out for God of War, all the gameplay, it's all linear, like camera over your shoulder, like Last of Us style gameplay, which is fun. I like The Last of Us. It's not fun for God of War. Like I think that it completely ruins the franchise to do that. Mm-hmm. But that's so boring. I don't want to do that for 40 hours. Like it looks like a walking simulator with some easy combat and then like some family drama. Like unless it changes at some point and it becomes like the action game like it was, like 35 to 40 hours.
That's just me. I think that's what I saw. I'm trying to find where I saw that.
I think however long The Last of Us was.
25 to 30 hours.
However long The Last of Us was is how long God of War should be if they're going for that same playstyle.
How long was Last of Us?
I'm not 100% sure, but I remember I didn't feel like it was long. I felt like it was just perfect.
The average is 15 to 17 hours.
Yeah, sure.
Which that's already long. But 25 to 30, that's like a part-time job, work week.
Yeah, like, and especially for a game that doesn't look interesting to me at all. Like, I don't think you should brag about how long it takes a game to finish unless it's a very open world game. It's like, hey, you know, like, it's got all this stuff in it. Like, I don't think there's any, like, solo, like, kind of linear game that I would want to play for 40 hours. I'm trying to think if there's a linear game that I would be okay with it taking 40 hours to complete.
Like you were saying, open world games are a bit easier to put that much time into.
You can go do what you want, and it's not like this big rush to, like, you know, you can do whatever you feel like doing, like. But with a linear game, it's like you're stuck, you know. I don't know. I like linear games, but I don't like linear games for 40 hours.
We'll have to see.
PS4 hit 70 million units sold. It's the 10th best-selling console of all time.
You know what the first best-selling is?
Virtual Boy.
The PS2. That caught me off guard.
Yeah, it is the PS2, isn't it?
Yeah. So PS4 is doing pretty darn well. Which, I mean, I'm happy with my Xbox, but seeing some of these games come out, like, they're getting Death Stranding and a whole bunch of stuff that I want to play.
Let's see, it's PS2, Nintendo DS, Game Boy Color. They included those together. PlayStation, Wii, 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable. Wow. Huh. I would not have thought the PlayStation Portable would be.
Well, when it first came out, wasn't it pretty big?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I had one.
I did too.
I played Battlefront 2, the original good one, on that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I had one, but not for long. I think Sony will probably end up coming out with another mobile console because of the success of the Switch.
Yeah, I could totally see that. We've been waiting on Microsoft to do that for a while, but now that they've got all the cross-platform play, I guess that's just a laptop.
Yeah, but this like Tim was talking to this guy at a party that we were at, and he was talking about getting Doom on the Switch. And then the guy was like, he's like a PC master race, like an actual person that believes that. And he's like, why would you want Doom on the Switch? And Tim's like, to play Doom on the go? And he was like, why don't you just get a laptop? And it's like, well, first of all, I have to carry my charger. I have to carry a mouse. Like, I have to, like...
You have to have a place to put your mouse. Like, if you're sitting in a train or something.
A giant, like, a backpack big enough to hold a laptop. It's way more expensive. Like, laptops are portable, but they're not portable like gaming systems, you know? Like when you hear a portable gaming system, I should be able to play it sitting on a train or sitting in a plane or eating green eggs.
And ham?
And ham.
Speaking of portable gaming laptops, just throwing this out there, the new Microsoft Surface Book, the 15-inch, comes with a GTX 1060 in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I don't know what that means.
That is a very powerful GPU. It's got like 4 gigs of what do they call it? Man, I'm still three-quarters awake. I'm hating myself right now for not remembering it, but it's got a 4 gigabyte graphics card, which the 1060, 1070, and 1080 I think are the top 3 NVIDIA graphics cards right now, except for the new one that I think they just announced a new one that's like solid gold, that's for cryptocurrency mining. But
oh wow.
Let me see if I can find that. Entertain them while I do that.
Jan, you're supposed to be looking stuff up.
I found it. New graphics card is $3,000, painted gold, not solid gold.
I was gonna say that'd be like a super heavy graphics card.
Oh right, I forgot about their Titans. Okay, so the 1060 through 1080 aren't their most powerful ones. I think the Titans are, but it's a $3,000 graphics card.
I got that in my back pocket. That's actually not a lot of money.
Yeah.
and like.
Oh, no, that's a good bit of money.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's not unrealistic that people, like the average person, might have that in their bank account, like, or their savings. Like 3,000. Say it's in my back pocket is not, especially now that credit cards are a thing. It's
no,
not like
they're not saying it's for cryptocurrency mining. It says of GPU intense based computation, especially machine learning. That's
just fancy words for Minesweeper.
Yeah, that or machine learning stuff. I could talk about a bit about that, but
I learned machines.
Good for you. I'm glad you're finally learning something.
Thank you, Father. Okay, I don't know how we got on that. Oh, we were getting the PS2, no wait, yeah, 10th best selling console, and then we talked about that. There's one, Joseph Fares. He's a game designer for Brothers and A Way Out. He's the Tommy Wiseau of the video game industry. Dude, I didn't get that. Tim shared a meme that was like A Way Out, and then it was like directed by directed by Tommy Wiseau, written by Tommy Wiseau, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't understand it at first because I hadn't seen the video. But dude, this guy goes like insane. Like, he's talking about how like publishers, like, you know, they mess up sometimes, and EA's been good to him, and like, you shouldn't do all this stuff. And then he's like also roasting them, but he's like defending them at the same time. And then all of a sudden he's like, F the Oscars. Like, he's like yelling.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere.
I think there's a reason he was doing it, because I think they were saying the video game awards aren't as prestigious as the Oscars, or which, who cares? But I mean, who cares about either? Like, but it was insane. Like, that video is pretty funny. He was like out of his mind. And speaking of EA, they basically they got roasted 3 times. Zachary Levi, Shazam, who's playing Shazam, he did that little microtransaction credit card thing. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Where he was like, funny. And the winner for the best action game is, oh, what? I have to pay a microtransactions to unlock the award. And like everyone like laughed. That was pretty good. Yeah. There's a couple other times that happened. And then the crowd, and Tim says the live chat, but no one watched. Tim was the only one in the live chat. Pretty sure.
He was just booing it severely.
Boo! Tim, you're just writing on a notepad next to your computer. Boo! This is the live chat. They booed every time EA or Battlefront 2 were mentioned. So EA was not feeling the love at the Video Game Awards.
For good reason. And in Joseph Ferris's case, I kind of get it, because if we ever made a video game that got in the Video Game Awards, even as an announcement trailer, I'd be pretty euphoric and probably not making much sense.
I mean, I would too, but at the same time, like, I don't think I would do that. Like,
I'm going to be honest, I don't know what it's like to be in front of thousands of people and have people maybe cheering. I don't know if they were cheering.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think they were cheering. I think they were more cheering for the same reason people cheer Tommy Wiseau.
Because it's like entertaining.
Yeah, like they're basically making fun of him but he doesn't get that. Like,
Does that make it better or worse?
makes it worse. Definitely makes it worse. Okay, so now we can get to
Norman
the
Reedus
meat.
and the Funky Fetus.
Yes, dude, that trailer. Oh, the trailer, Death Stranding, is what we're talking about. That trailer is insane. Like, I've watched it I think it was 4 times last night, and then I watched it again this morning, and I'm trying to piece it together. Like,
Yeah, I've watched it twice.
I don't think it's aliens. My brother said he's like, so it's like aliens.
It
and
seems
I was like,
interdimensional.
yeah, it's either
Just because of how
interdimensional.
strange it is.
I think it was and it's Guillermo del Toro, and he's not really aliens. He's interdimensional. He's Lovecraftian horrors. So I think what it is like the scientist accidentally opened a portal or something, and these things came out.
It's The Mist.
No, God, Jan, I will punch you in the mouth. No. Well, I don't know. That's actually a pretty good.
Punch you in the mouth to agreeing. Yeah.
That's how I show my agreement.
I've learned.
That's also kind of a spoiler for The Mist, but
That's been out since 2011.
The movie?
Yeah.
You don't ever learn that though.
Do you not? I could have sworn they explicitly say it.
I know you don't learn it in the book, and I know in the movie.
No, there's totally a scientist guy that used to work at the thing, and they were like, we were testing bridges.
He's not a scientist. He's it's the military guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's the army guy. Yeah,
Right.
You're right. Okay. My bad. I think it's kind of like that, but Willa's just making a ton of noise right now.
Yeah, so
Willa, go lay down.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what.
I was talking. I called you baby. I said, hey, baby. I was talking to Willa. My guess is it's interdimensional. Mads Mikkelsen is probably not the main bad guy, but he's probably the. Willa, go lay down. But he's probably the. I think he's the one haunting Norman Reedus or the fetus. Because I think the fetus has a huge thing to do with it. I think it may be a.
Oh, it clearly does. They've shown it in every trailer.
He's but I think the baby itself is the only one that can stop whatever's going on.
Also, why was it in his throat?
I think that's just I don't think it's actually in his throat. I think that's just a metaphor or something.
Okay.
Because everything else has shown him carrying it, or it's been on the suit.
Unless he has a different one inside of him. If people have those I don't know.
I think that's a little too crazy out there. Maybe not. I don't
know. I was hearing some people talk about speculation as to whether or not it'll be a video game, because Kojima's a genius, but unrestricted, he can.
No, it's confirmed. It's a video. No, I mean, it's a game.
It's a game, but how much will be playable?
No, he's confirmed. There's a ton of gameplay.
All right. Well,
he said, it's Uncharted style gameplay.
Didn't he originally want one of the Metal Gear games to have a week-long boss fight?
Yeah.
He has to
be reined in, and he is being reined in still. He's still working for Sony. It's not like he's self-publishing this thing. But I think it's if it's aliens, I don't know. But I think Mads Mikkelsen works for whatever the evil company that released it. Whatever those things are. I think that thing on their back, that the little light thing.
Oh, that thing's cool.
I think for gameplay, it's going to detect when those things are coming behind you.
Yeah, and you'll have
if
to.
You didn't watch. You need to watch the trailer. If you didn't watch the trailer, there's this fan. It's almost like it sticks off their back, and then it's lights, and then when one of these invisible creatures get close, it starts going crazy, and they have to stop breathing and making noise. Mm-hmm. So it can apparently hunts by. It's got to be sound.
Yeah, I can see that.
It can still smell them even if they're not breathing. So it's got to be sound, and then there's this giant one at the end. Dude, I don't know. But I think Dalton brought up an interesting point that I didn't even think of, and I was kind of surprised that Dalton brought it up because, I mean, he's smart, he's an intelligent person, but he normally if it's stuff he doesn't care about, he doesn't really talk about it. So he's like, do you notice there's no women in this trailer? And then I shared the other trailer with him, and he's like, yeah, there's no women in this one either. And I was like, huh. He's like, I wonder if something's happened to women, they were eradicated.
And that's why the fetus is so important?
Yeah, that fetus is the last female, or the last woman, or the last hope for people, because all the women are gone.
What?
I was like, I don't know. I was like,
you don't know that Norman Reedus doesn't identify as a woman?
Oh my God, Jan.
I could have sworn there was a woman in one of the trailers, wasn't there? I could be I could be
I
completely
don't think
wrong.
there is. Maybe there is. But and then there was an actress that was supposedly involved in the movie, in the game, and now she's come out and said that she's not involved anymore. So I was like, huh, Dalton may have like, I think the only trailers I've seen, you have the soldiers. I'm gonna do a breakdown of these trailers because I'm really interested. You have the soldiers. You have Guillermo del Toro carrying the little baby. You have Mads Mikkelsen covered in a bunch of black gook. And all of his soldiers are tethered to him. Oh, I'm going to do a breakdown. Oh, they have skeleton faces. Are those masks or are they actual skeletons? Oh, man. I'm so excited.
Oh, there's another theory that the babies are clones of the people carrying them.
That's an interesting idea.
And that you can activate it and pretty much send your memories to the baby if you're about to die.
And then you just have to be a baby again?
I guess, but maybe you keep the memories. I don't know. That no one really seems to know what's going on. It's just speculation.
It's really, really interesting though. Like people are like super getting into this, like the breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait though, dude. I'm so excited.
I might have to get a PS4.
I'm going like Death Stranding is definitely going to make me get a PS4.
What have you been reading, watching, and playing?
Yo Mama.
Nice, good one. Really got me there. Joke of the year.
Thank you. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. I do enjoy it, but the moments I enjoy are broken up by me just running, or me just walking, or me climbing, or me dealing with the incredibly like. All that would be great. I would love running and walking and climbing and horse riding if there wasn't like a stamina bar. The stamina bar only affects your running and your climbing and your swimming and your gliding. So what does it affect? It doesn't affect your combat, which
Although
is good.
those weapons have their own stamina bars.
Yeah, there's a durability system, which is just it's too much, especially since all the combat is not really reliant on your skill, like fighting wise. It's reliant on you having enough equipment, like good equipment to do it. And when your equipment breaks and you're left with like all these crappy like tree branches and stuff, like I mean, I like it. I like the atmosphere. I like the story so far. I like the aesthetic, and I do have fun when I'm doing some of the temples and some of the shrines are like really fun and they're really cool. And I enjoy shooting the bow. Like, I don't know. It's definitely like a 7.5.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not game of the year. It did win game of the year.
Well, it is a Zelda game. I think
that's true.
People give it a little more leeway.
Oh yeah, well Jim Sterling gave it a 7 and was almost lynched for it. So, but no, 7 is a respectable score. You know, like I think 7 is a good game. A 10 it should be like
perfection.
Yeah, it should be something that you have like almost zero complaints with. BioShock is my favorite game of all time, and it's still only like maybe a 10. I was gonna say it's like a 9.8.
That rounds up.
Because I think my problem with BioShock is some of it's hard, and I just get like frustrated, and then I'm like, oh, this sucks. But I'm like, no, I just suck. It's not the game. Like it's just me not doing what I need to be doing. So I'd say BioShock, especially after once it was remastered, is a 10. I'm sure there's some other games that are 10s that I'm just not thinking of. Maybe Super Mario Odyssey. I really enjoyed Odyssey.
Ooh.
It should have won Game of the Year, in my opinion, because it feels like they focus more on it being fun than it being like a tedious, task game, which is what Breath of the Wild feels like. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. What have you been playing, Jan? Not Deus Ex?
That's true. However, Raiders of the Broken Planet, their new campaign, War Dogs, I beat that like 2 days ago, and it's a lot of fun.
I need to play it. You guys keep talking about it. But
yeah, the best part is it's different, and it has 4-player co-op and cross-platform. So David, Wesley, Tim, and I can all play together. But since Wesley barely plays, you can download it. The first mission's free, so you could try it out with me if you want.
How much is the rest of it?
They just ended their Founders Pack thing, apparently. I think for all the campaigns, it's $40. but they've only got 2 full campaigns out now. The
Yeah,
first
I'm
mission's separate from the 2 campaigns.
I'll
But
definitely try the mission first.
they also have an invite system to where people that bought the campaigns can randomly earn invitation tickets and use those to let people that haven't bought the campaign play campaign levels. And I've got like 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely try it.
All right, well, give that a download. Oh, right, we're doing a new thing where we give a little what's coming up on our channel. You can look forward to the rest of Tim and me's 2-year anniversary of
Are we
Halo.
not going to do like a watching and a reading thing? Or
all right.
Are we? No, we can jump straight across it.
I started the Crisis on Earth X with.
There's a new There's a new Spider-Man movie that I just saw coming out. It's animated.
News.
Sony's doing it. Into the Spider-Verse. It looks interesting. The animation style is interesting. I like it.
Is it like CG or?
Yeah, but it's like an interesting CG. Like you just have to watch it. It's a really interesting. It's in theaters next Christmas. It's interesting though.
Cool.
It's Miles Morales.
Oh, hey, he's getting some screen time.
I want to watch that. That looks pretty cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, it was developed by the Lego Movie guys in 21 Jump Street.
Well, they know what they're doing then.
What were we talking about? I've been watching The Punisher, and I feel the complete opposite of Tim as of now. I'm not done, but I'm on episode 6, and Tim was about done watching it on episode 7. Didn't want to watch it anymore. I think it's good. I really like John Bernthal. Tim doesn't like Micro, but I really like Micro. I really like all the characters. I like the story. It does feel a little disjointed because they jump between the Punisher and this female police officer, who's obviously, or police detective, who's obviously going to be like the person she's looking for is the Punisher. Mm-hmm. Like she's trying to solve this like war crime that happened, and it's clear that the Punisher was the one that did it. So there's like not a lot of mystery, but it feels weird when they jump between her and the Punisher. Like they could have focused on just the Punisher. And I think I would have preferred it if they had showed the Punisher, because it picks up after the Punisher has already taken like all his revenge. Like he's killed all the drug cartels. Like he kills the people that he thinks are responsible for his family's murder. So I think the first season could have been that, him killing the drug cartels, and then at the end he realizes that it's not, that there's a bigger conspiracy at play. Mm-hmm. But I like it. Like the action is incredible. John Bernthal is like terrifying. I don't know. I really like The Punisher, so
I'll have to watch it after Stranger Things 2, which I'm hoping to watch
it's
eventually.
much better than Iron Fist.
Oh, that's not saying much.
It's not. It's really not. But so far, The Punisher is probably it's tied with Jessica Jones for like 3rd.
Oh, so not bad.
Because I really like Daredevil. No, it's tied for 4th with Jessica Jones, because it's Daredevil season 1, Defenders, Luke Cage, and then Jessica Jones and The Punisher. Have you been watching anything, Janet?
I'm halfway through Crisis on Earth X, which is the big crossover event the CW's doing between Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow.
I need to watch that.
Nazis are attacking the Earth. Nazis from Earth X are attacking the Flash, Arrow, Earth.
As they do.
Yeah, it happens. They do this thing where Nazi versions of some of the heroes show up, and they're wearing masks, but like it's pretty clear who they are. Like you see Supergirl come in and she's wearing a mask and she's got the Nazi SS on her chest instead of the S Supergirl logo. Yeah. And they're all acting like, who is she? How is she able to fight Supergirl?
Yeah, it's clear that they're gonna be.
Yeah, it's like she's even got the blonde hair coming out. Like the mask literally just covers her face.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the picture now.
Luckily,
that's clearly
they have their big reveal pretty quickly, so they don't waste too much time with everyone being like, "Why is she exactly like our Kara?"
Well, I mean, no, they know about the multiverse.
Yeah.
I
Supergirl's
mean,
from a different universe than Flash and Arrow and Legends.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think the Flash and Arrowverse is Earth 1 and her verse is Earth 2. I think. I could be mixing the numbers up.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was all... I don't even recognize some of the... Dude, Mr. Terrific is in the CW now?
Yeah, I talked with Tim about that. Or...
I listened.
No, wait. Last week I think I talked about it, and you were there sitting next to me.
Oh, yeah, because I remember saying, Mr. Terrific is in the CW now? I do remember that. I need to watch it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think you really need to have watched too much else to be able to watch it and enjoy it.
I'm just going to jump straight into it.
Yeah, I'd say do that, and then we can have slightly different opinions based on knowledge of the backstory.
Like, I'm not going to catch up. Who is Prometheus? He looks awesome.
Oh, he does look cool. He's, I'm not going to spoil it. No, he's in Green Arrow, yeah, but...
Oh, but he's not Green Arrow.
Right. Well,
okay.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to remember that season's story arc.
I need to catch up on everything. As far as what I'm reading, I've been reading Fingerprints of the Gods by Graham Hancock, which came out in 1995. It's about I'm not too far into it, but basically he's postulating that civilization is much older than what we think it is. Because, civilization, popular theory is that it started 6,000 years ago. But there were some maps discovered that were made in 1500 that clearly detail Antarctica, the South Pole, which wasn't officially discovered until 1818. And not only does it, because we only know now what Antarctica looks like under the ice because of our technology, but these maps are like very, very accurate as to what the coastline looks like, which should have been impossible in 1500.
Wait, is this fiction or is it based on actual stuff?
No, it's actual stuff.
Oh.
So basically he's saying because we have these maps, they were based on earlier sources, and because they were based on earlier sources, then civilization must be a lot older than we thought it was, and there was an advanced civilization that had the technology to map out the whole the whole Earth, basically, to map out the South Pole and all that. So that's basically, and then he released another book a couple years ago that basically kind of goes further. They discovered a monolithic structure that is 12,000 years old.
Oh wow!
Which is double what we thought,
Yeah.
And a lot of the critics and the skeptics, which I haven't read it, so I could be wrong. There could be some new stuff that came out that I don't know about. But a lot of the skeptics are like, well, hunters and gatherers built it. And then so he's like, but we know that hunters and gatherers were incapable. And even if hunter and gatherers did build this, why would they build it if they're nomadic? Why? Why build this monolithic structure? First, they didn't have the technology. And second, why? Don't build houses, just build monolithic structures. And he's like, and the skeptic on the podcast, I was watching him and Graham Hancock talk. And the skeptic was like, he's like, yeah, it's just, they was hunter and gatherers. And he's just like, well, if they're building monolithic structures, then it's clearly not hunter and gatherers. They are not hunter and gatherers if they're able to build these things. He's like they should be classified as a civilization. And the skeptic was just being really dumb about it. He just kept saying that over and over. And it's just you're not even saying a point. You're just. Anyway, that's what I've been reading.
All right, I haven't really been reading anything lately.
Can you read?
To continue the plug from earlier, you can check out our channel, Dude Wrong Door. This week we're going to continue the Master Chief Collection 2-year anniversary with me and Tim. Tim and me. Yeah, that one.
Tim and I.
Yeah. I don't know if Dallas is going to come out with anything. If he feels like it, he might.
I may start an Evil Within 2 playthrough at some point today.
Cool.
I've just got to get it all set up on my laptop and stuff, since I haven't reset all my stuff since I got the Alienware.
All right, well, get on that, boy.
No.
You can check out our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Pocket Casts, and wherever you can put in a
wherever
podcast.
Podcasts are sold.
Yeah, that one. That sounds a lot better. You got anything else?
Mech Warrior 5 is coming out.
Cool. And on that, goodbye.
Gonna end you on some Mech Warrior 5 news. It's have 4-player co-op. So.
Oh, hey, that's actually interesting.
So if you waited all this time to hear about Mech Warrior 5,
there you go.
End of the podcast.
Goodbye.
I love you.
I know.